Now let's go back to our top headline, a story where President Tinubu has decorated the new service chiefs and tasked them to be result-driven. We now turn to retired Major General Chris Olukolade, a former Director Defense Information and spokesman of the Armed Forces of Nigeria. He's the current chairman, Center for Crisis Communication. You're welcome on tonight, sir. Thank you very much for joining us. Major General, I hope you can hear me, but I'm going to go ahead with my first question this evening. So, the president has called this a recalibration of military leadership. What kind of change should Nigerians expect under these new service chiefs, sir? Major General, I think...
We should expect
good.
An input of their current knowledge of the situation in the mission area in particular.
Go ahead, sir. Go ahead.
We should expect a better, in line with their experience and understanding of the mission area. By mission area, the areas where we are tackling terrorism. Virtually all of them have more experience or data from that theater. That will begin to feature. It's now an opportunity for them to put to play what they have witnessed in the field. Definitely, this will also affect the morale of their men who know them personally there. And it will not be easy for anyone to deceive them or make them not understand or be slow. So we should expect some fresh tempo in tackling and the security situation.
Well, there are very many curious questions still lingering behind that question, but I'm going to go ahead and ask this. The new service chiefs, or rather defense chief, says he wants a multi-agency, multi-domain approach, land, air, and also sea, and even cyber. How realistic is that plan given our current challenges?
Well, I think it's relatively realistic in the sense that a lot of understanding is now being invested in that area. The training that is going on in all the services have indicated these areas they mentioned, particularly in the cyber area, and also the civil-military relations that they have been embarking on will facilitate the relationship between the agencies. And I believe that that in itself will influence all the operations, both locally and internationally. It's indeed realistic, more so as it's not, the vision has always been there in the reformation of the Nigerian armed forces. And to now come this far and to give that assurance shows that this generation of chiefs have imbibed the real spirit that should reposition the Nigerian armed forces.
Major General, I'm wondering, land, air, sea, cyber, all these were apparatus that were available from before. So one has to wonder why they weren't able to use these. Just like you've already said, that architecture was there. Boko Haram and ISWAP, and also banditry, they're still major threats even up until now. What's the most urgent thing that the new chiefs need to do to make progress against these groups with all that apparatus?
I think it's more input of intelligence, and that's where technology will be of very good help. The intelligence input into the mission will make a big difference. I think now there's more input of technology in gathering intelligence beyond the human intelligence reliance. And with that input, there's no doubt that, like I mentioned earlier, we should have some fresh tempo that will at least be in line with the changes for some time to come. I'm optimistic, and I need many people are optimistic, including the boys on the field. There's a lot of expectation, and the new service chiefs are clearly conscious of that. And we believe that they will perform accordingly.
So along with your optimism and technology, I'm wondering how technology would compare with boots on the ground, the boys on the field, like you call them, their morale now, as they're undergoing a transition of leadership. How will this affect them particularly? Do you think this will boost their morale?
Definitely. Like I mentioned earlier, most of these officers have been there with them in the field. And, you know, seeing that their commanders are now in charge at the headquarters gives them some fresh sense of belonging to the system. It has an effect on the morale, and we believe that that effect will have a positive effect on operations. There's no doubt, like I said, we should expect that the input of the new service chiefs will definitely encourage the troops on ground.
So that's the morale for the troops on the ground. What about the morale of Nigerians? The military also wants to rebuild public trust because that's waned off. After years of tension and allegation and also abuse, how can the military regain the confidence of the people?
I think you must give it to them that the military is conscious of the need to improve civil-military relations, and a lot of effort is being in this direction. If you've been following the activities lately, you see that there's deliberate efforts to warm themselves to the heart of Nigerians, either in mission area or even outside of the theaters of operation. The various projects you see them embarking upon will assure this Nigerian public that they have obligation to serve them as well.
Okay.
I think it is improving the expectation, and whatever tension you say over there, I believe it's fizzling out very fast.
Major General, I just wanted to note that that question was deliberate. I'm asking that question in line with the fact that there are unconfirmed reports about, well, people will call it a rumor of a coup. So with that on ground, how much confidence do you think Nigerians truly have for the armed forces? Or in the armed forces, rather?
Well, the confidence that Nigerians have in the armed forces, one is based on success in missions. I also think it's based on the fact that this generation of the military believes in democracy without any doubt. Their submission to civil authority has not been in doubt, regardless of what you refer to as rumors of coup. You will see that they have maintained focus in service, and the fact that they are not even distracted by the rumor, and everybody is still facing its business and working very hard, both in the field and in their various locations, is another proof that not only have they come to agree with the stand that military coups are fashion. They're not in, they're outdated. And generally, the military system lives more in submission to political and democratic authorities.
Well, we hope it continues to stay democratic. The new team says that they are going to also involve the Nigerian police in their, in their efforts. What do you think has to happen for this to come to fruition?
Yeah, I think more of the repositioning of the attitude and mindset of the gentlemen, a lot has to be done to improve on the understanding of the need for collaboration in the field. With my own privilege of an understanding of how it happens in the military, I think generally the military has opened up itself more to, imbibing good relationship with these agencies, particularly the police. If you listen to what the Chief of Defense Staff said in his own remarks, you will see that he was rather even promoting the interests of the police and advocating better attention to the police.
Okay.
That in itself would signal an understanding that the armed forces in particular know the importance. And it's good that other services also agree with them and let all this suspicion or complex, which I think is what compounds their attitude in terms of relationship. When this gets out of the way, as is bound to be this new dispensation,
Major General,
I think that that will be well.
Major General, I want to say thank you very much for giving us your expert opinion on the matter here tonight. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you for this privilege. Good evening.